spawning in the top right-hand corner from Unseen Gaming, it's our purple Protoss player, is Dahktor. And his opponent in the bottom left, our teal player from Team Bear Sloths, one more feline. He is also a Zerg player, it's BigKitty. I don't know what it is with Bear Sloths and the cat names, but they exist. It's legitimate. They really do exist. I don't know why they flock to that team, but I do recall Matt, one of their captains, claiming one of these guys, came for his kitty or for his BigKitty, claiming him off of free agents because he wanted him for the cat name. So, yeah, not surprised there. Dahktor. Indeed. So a PVZ here. It's a really difficult map for Protoss to deal with Zerg on this. Well, he's going for it. He's going to go ahead and go for the quick expansion. This game would have been played after the patch, I think. So these maps were forced diagonal, but looks like Dahktor does not realize that. Anyway, this is a really difficult map to deal with Zerg on as a Protoss player, expanding. Trying to get an expansion up and defend it. Yeah, you can wall off here, that's nice, but hey, look, rocks. Lots of secondary entrances. So just a quick Ling Flood can do a ton of damage, if not just outright kill you. If you're not focused on it, if you don't realize it's coming, you're not able to pseudo wall off on this location. I feel like you could probably do your normal wall over here, and then whenever you start adding extra gateways, kind of wall off this diagonal location. That'd be kind of fun. Dahktor getting the scout off. It's going to be a hatch first here at a BigKitty, so he's not going for like a temple or anything like that where he could really punish this, but we do have a forge up first, so I think the possibility of a cannon rush does exist, especially since Dahktor, well, he went in, he saw it wasn't a hatch first, he sees that it was a pool afterwards. He could get away with a cannon rush. At the very least, he could force a whole lot of drones off the line, but he's pretty content just to go ahead and throw down his Nexus as soon as possible and do it without adding any cannons back home. Just to make sure he's going to be able to expand at the same time almost as his Zerg opponent. When you're a Protoss, that's nice to be able to do. So this is an interesting wall. Just any map's always a difficult thing to map. I guess he's going to wall off with a cannon. So that's a rather... well, he could put the cannon back here and then use his Cyber Core to finish this wall off, make it a pretty strong wall. No, he's going to wall off with the cannon, never mind. So the wall isn't exactly really strong. If there are a bunch of roaches really early, this will be a bit of an issue, but I have to wait to see if that actually happens from BigKitty. He is going for a third hatchery very, very quickly here. This isn't going to be scouted out for a really long time by Dahktor, actually, so Kitty should get away with this and put himself in a really nice position. Just wanted to write down time of something. I forgot to do this. I'm trying to save myself some trouble whenever I go back and cut these into VODs by making note of what the time is whenever I actually start a match, but I forgot to do it for the last one, and I forgot to do it for this one until now, so oh well. Dahktor apparently hearing me gripe about his weak wall, and he is putting his Cyber Core right behind this cannon, so the wall will survive, but that does mean that this cannon is still in a really precarious position and could get killed off, sniped off very easily by a bunch of roaches, but even if, of course I say that, and these rocks still exist, so roaches could come in from this side and just be a complete and utter annoyance. There's a stance, both players are, well, they're not focusing on anything aggressive so far, still just a lot of drones on the way, and we do have a Stargate being made here by Dahktor. There's an Overlord nearby for Kitty, so he could try and sashay down there and see what he can get done. I said sashay, and I realized I said that because Sloth is in the chat, and his name starts with that, on Twitch at least. And there's no Stalker to really deal with the Overlord here from BigKitty, so I mean, the sentry's going to be out, and he could try tickling away at this, but Overlord, just go check the wall. You realize you haven't seen anything, right? I've seen absolutely nothing tech-related. I should probably go figure that out. Not going to happen for a while, at least. This is going to be the Overlord that stays here for 5 minutes and doesn't get actually killed. Okay, let's say that in the other row. He is moving now. He's doing a little bit of a dance. Looks like he probably wants to get away, realizing that a Stalker is possible pretty soon. It may not matter, however, since I imagine Phoenix are going to be on the way, and, well, Phoenix, they do a pretty darn good job of killing Overlords that are on the middle of the map. Speaking of Overlords on the middle of the map, there's at least 3 kills waiting for this Phoenix. And I've mentioned the ones that are sitting around the base, not really hidden or anything. But Lair is already finished here, so the possibility of going into Hydralisk is there for BigKitty. And with this super fast third base, he's going to be able to do that pretty easily. And yeah, there we go. Hydrogen is on the way. Roach Speed is on the way as well. So BigKitty just he's playing out a pretty normal game. He does see the Stargate now. He does see the fact that it is going to be a Phoenix. You can actually see what's making in there before it comes out. But just honestly, it feels like that's a really bad idea that Blizzard let that happen. I mean, why should you be able to see the unit that's coming out before it's produced? There's no other like building in the game that lets you do that, really. I mean, obviously, if you see a Dark Shrine, it's going to be DTs, but this is not that case. Phoenix are trying to scatter around and find some Overlords, but they're just having no luck. They just passed one. He did not seem to notice it, however, but he's going to find this Overlord at least, so that's nice. He will kill one. There are a couple more on the map to be killed still, and more Phoenix are coming up. There we go. One more Overlord going to go down, and this is actually going to turn into a bit of an issue for BigKitty. He does have 7 Hydralisks on the way. He's starting to make some Spore Colors for defense as well. And he's got 2 coming in the main base, nothing in the natural, 1 in the third. I imagine he'll be starting to making some more. There we go. Another one being made at the third base, so he's going to be able to push away these Phoenix from his actual bases. Well, I like that you lifted it up, but you can't. Yeah, you can't actually. Yeah, that's no good. And he's actually going to lose 1 Phoenix. He could have lost 2 if this Spore Color had actually targeted, but he does lose 1 Phoenix for 0 worker kills. It's a little rough. Almost loses. Oh, he's going to lose another one if he doesn't move. He's trying his darndest to throw away some of these Phoenix. He's really trying to do it, but he's going to get another Overlord kill. The Overlords do have Overlord speed, so that's kind of cool. And Dahktor immediately switching into the Colossus production, realizing that he's forced out some Hydralisks. He's forced out probably a bunch of Lings as well. So he's going to switch over into Colossus production. Kind of 1-2 punch of going Phoenix and then Colossus. Phoenix can pick up those Hydralisks and still be annoying, while the Colossus wreck absolutely everything else. And Colossus are pretty good against Hydras in the first place anyway. 1 more Phoenix does go down. Rough go for him. Lings are picking away at these rocks. This is in the vision of Dahktor, and I imagine you can actually hear it as well. So you should know that this is coming. But he's probably more worried about getting his third base up right now. That seems to be his only focus, is getting that going. There he goes. He is going to go. He uses 3 force fields to deal with, well, a few Lings, not really many. Ling's going to try to get on top of this Immortal, actually, and if they're able to get any damage done really on the Immortals is good damage. He will pick up 1 sentry at least, if not a second. Oh god, he didn't even kill it. The sentry. You were being targeted and then he moved. Good job, sentry, you survived. So everything survives there for Dahktor. He may have lost... Oh, he didn't lose anything. He did lose 5 of his Phoenix already. Does he even have any left? Yeah, he has 2 left. So while all this has been going on, he lost most of his Phoenix count. So the Phoenix aren't really a threat anymore, but Colossus are a threat. No Spire in production or anything of that sort. We do have finally +1/+1 on the way here for BigKitty. +1 is already finished on the ground side of things for Dahktor. 1 armor on the way just to finish as well. So a decent setup of upgrades. Neither player is really taking a massive advantage in that regard. At least just yet. BigKitty still, it looks like he's trying to set up something to do with his Lings, trying to find some way in and do some amount of damage. He's going to be picking with these back rocks now. This is completely out of the vision of Dahktor, so if these rocks go down, eventually, it's going to take a long time. But when they do go down, that's a lot of drone. That's a lot of probes. A lot of probes sitting there. There's a lot of probes sitting in here as well. There's no defense in either of the mineral lines, so this could be really, really difficult for Dahktor to deal with. No 4th base just yet for BigKitty. He's just now getting his gases at his 3rd base, actually. So he's been pretty low on his gas income. He's got a lot of gas banked up, actually, which is kind of funny that I complain about that. But no, hey, whatever. Being wrong's fun. Look at all these speed overlords. Speed overlords are so fun. Ferrari lords, as you like to say. Rocks do finally go down. That means these lanes are going to get on in here. How many kills are actually going to get? Still, no actual kills done on the workers so far, but now we're going to get a bunch. He's going to be killing a ton of workers now. Colossus does pop out at a pretty opportune time. He's able to micro back against this. Most of the army does join up as well. This Colossus takes a little bit of hull damage, but the big issue is 13 workers killed at the same time. This third base is going to be under fire. Cannon's going to go down. BigKitty, decent moves here. He's going to be taking out some things, but actually he's going to lose a lot of his army out in the middle of this. Force Field's kind of forced a couple of those Hydras to take an awkward path. So all those we lost over the third base was a cannon, so that's nice. But again, losing 13 workers was a little bit of an issue. Now he is down 21 workers. He's making something. He's making an infestation pit. He's making a spire now. So he's just trying to get absolutely everything. He's got 2-2 on the way. This is still a pretty scary army here for Dahktor. BigKitty, he's going for this fourth base. It's nice, but he doesn't really have much of an army right now. He's got 28 Hydralisks. That's it. 28 Hydras against 2 Colossus. This is going to be a third. There's a third back here. Fourth one eventually when it's coming in. Dahktor, he's going to be pushing here. He's going to have +2. He's going to have. Well, he's not going to have anything else besides that. But still, that's a pretty scary army to go up against just Hydralisks. Never anything you want to have. He doesn't have charge or anything, so doesn't have charge or blink. He does have a lot of force field energy, however. So this could go pretty well. He's going to get directly on top of all these Hydralisks. How many force fields are going to be decent? Decent enough force fields. He does split up half the army, but without blink, this is really difficult to deal with. But Colossus are just absolutely wrecking everything. 11 kills, 12 kills, 4 kills, 12 kills, 11 kills. That's a whole lot of dead. Third base goes down, and now actually all of these drones could be killed. There's nothing but Queens to really defend against this. They got some transfuses, but Queens don't. Well, the Queens do not want to be defending. He's only making Lings right now. That's all he's going to be trying to remix with. And meanwhile, more sentries coming in, more stalkers coming in here for Dahktor. Actually, Roach is going to get on top of all of this army, but still, force fields are decent enough, and it's still not nearly enough of an army here for BigKitty. He's lost everything now. Yeah, Dahktor has lost a lot of his army as well, but most of it does retain. 79 arms play to 39, 71 workers for BigKitty. That's nice, but not when you have nothing to deal with it, especially when all of your armies in Lings and getting shredded in the middle of the map. So Dahktor taking a very, very nice lead right now. This is looking kind of insurmountable at this point. BigKitty, he's forced into trying to continue on this lair production right now with these Hydras and Roaches. He's not able to get into Vipers. He's not able to get into and I don't know why he would necessarily go for anything but Vipers right now. He does have a Spire, he does have Infestation, but he's looking for Enduring Locust, but there's a lot of Colossus already out. How many Colossus we have? We've got 3 Colossus. We still got the Colossus production. Yeah, that's not what we're going to be starting into. Vipers would be very nice right now. Be able to pick off these Colossus individually, but for the time being, Dahktor is taking a very nice lead. I guess the good thing out of this for BigKitty is the fact that he didn't really lose many workers. I mean, he lost well, no, he didn't lose any. In that entire engagement, he didn't lose any extra workers. I think he had already lost 2 earlier in the game. Wait, did I read that correctly? Yeah, I did read that correctly. So he lost no workers, so he still retains all of that, and he did have this base up. The problem being he's got no gas income, really. He's got to retake these gases. He needs to take the gases at this 3rd/4th base. At the same time, the 4th base is going to be up here in just a second for Dahktor. So he's going to be able to go into that 4th base economy as a protest player. When things start getting a little ridiculous. Templar Archives on the way as well for Dahktor. He's just getting absolutely everything set up. I don't think he actually has any observers. Okay, he does have 1. Where is it? It's okay. It's with the army, so that's good. That's a good thing. Kitty is he's trying to run by with Lings and get into the main, get some more worker kills if he can. Look at all these workers. Holy crap, all these workers on a single mineral patch. But that's not a big deal when there's really nothing to stop the army over here. More force fields going down. +3 is about to kick in here for Dahktor as well. When that happens, that's going to be a big issue. But then again, once again, look at these Lings getting in here and getting a bunch of kills. Good for you, Lings. However, a bunch of Zealots just get warped in. But Zealots are in move command, not doing anything useful. Locusts do come out, but there's only 4, and they're going into a choke. There's no escaping that right now, and that means there's absolutely really nothing escaping for this army as well. Whoops, that's not the direction I meant to go. I meant to go this way. Laser beams absolutely everywhere. There's really no army left right now for our Zerg player. 150 supply to 116. A 60 army supply advantage here for our Protoss. A couple more Stormhosts rallying to their doom. And even if they weren't, this would be a bit of an issue. So it looks like Dahktor is going to be able to even up the series 1-1 here in a minute. Whenever BigKitty does realize that he is quite dead. He's trying to do what he can. Locusts are pretty good. Stormhosts are pretty good. We saw in the last game. Stormhosts do a lot of damage, but they do a lot of damage when you actually have other units and you actually have a lot of Stormhosts. Because right now he's got 1. Yeah, he's got 4 in production. I think 1. No, none of them are popping out over here, so that's cool. But still, a single Swarmhost right now. The 21 army supply is mainly these queens right now, and the Swarmhosts that are still about to pop. Dahktor, he's not killing his opponent, so there's that. He's not dying. Technically, he's not dying. He's not dead. But you know, did he ever move these workers? Doesn't seem like it. More Stormers getting cut out in the middle of nowhere. 3 more of those go down. 4 more of those go down. Only 1 remains. There's an observer somewhere. I'm not sure where. There we go. GG from BigKitty. Dahktor will even up the series 1-1 here for Unseen Gaming.